All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Also, I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and peace and love to the Lord's hopeful elect. We'll get straight into it, man. Just a quick epistle. I don't know what I'm going to call it, man, but we'll get into these epistles, man. Isaiah 65 and start at verse 1. I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name, Yahweh Hashem Shai. Hey, it's going into the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. I have spread out my hands all the day unto the rebellious people. The Lord has done it before, and he's doing it now. All right, via the prophets, man. All right, via the watchmen. All right, the Lord is spreading out his hands, calling his people, warning them concerning the things that's getting ready to happen upon the earth, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts. So contrary, 2/3 of the nation of Israel are walking contrary to Yahweh Shema Shah and is a righteous will for them, man. A people that provoketh me to anger continually. So a wicked Israelites are constantly provoking Yahweh Shema Shah via breaking those law, statutes, and commandments, man. Being in that puffed up spirit the most, man. All right, worshiping money, worshiping idols, first and foremost, having these other gods before Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. All right, and that's where it starts, and then they have all these type of behaviors that stem from that. All right, a people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face. Wow. That sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of bricks, and they're getting ready to observe another pagan holiday, so-called Christmas. Hey, around me, I'm surrounded by Christmas decorations and lights and trees and things like that, man. That's 2/3 for you, man. All right, doing whatever they want to do and continuously provoking the Lord to anger just won't come out of their wickedness the way it's supposed to be done. We're not going to be perfect, but there are just certain things that we're going to be able to put off by serving Yahweh Shema Shah with a sincere spirit. One is, observing and participating in these wicked pagan holidays. Does that mean that you just do away with your family? No, you utilize wisdom and denounce that shit to the best of your ability and keep it pushing, man. All right. Hey, what can you do if your whole house decides to flip out on you and worship that paganism? I mean, what can you do but pray to Yahweh Shema Shah? Again, you can't necessarily just kick your whole family out of the house. You got to, utilize wisdom. Let the Lord know you ain't got nothing to do with this mess. All right. But what's the scripture speak about? Women or children of our women are oppressors and children rule over us, or vice versa. One rules over us, one is our oppressor, or they can both be interchanged, man. The women are ruling and oppressing over us, and so are the children. And the reason why how the children do it is because a lot of time men are compromised by trying to please that woman who's trying to please those children. I.e., look at so-called Easter and the whole painting eggs and hunting for eggs. Who is this for? It's for the children mostly, all right, and it's all paganism, have nothing to do with Yahweh Shema Shah. But who it's for? It's for the children and, of course, the women, all right? Men are just kind of usually getting caught up in that BS, man, all right? But again, Isaiah 65 and 4, which remain among the graves and lodge in the mountains, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels. Man, you 2/3 of the nation of Israel with your idolatry and you're not keeping the law. Yeah, even going into your eating and sacrificing and feasting with abomination, man. Or you had these so-called holidays and you'll see these feasts that they have, and a lot of it, man, is just a table full of abomination. This is angering the Lord. Now, you can either believe us or you can not believe us, but eventually, that's how the Lord operates. You're going to actually see that he's angry. All right. We're just the messengers. We're telling you, hey, the Lord's getting ready to remove the food from this motherfucker, right? He's getting ready. All right. You're not going to be able to be mocking and scoffing us, save for the AI thing. When the Lord brings that famine of the word. All right. You won't have no entertainment, all right, via the prophets anymore. The Lord will be done away with that, man. All right. Chaos, financial straits, man. pestilences, storms, tempests, all these things, man. The Lord is going to bring like the earth has never seen before. He's doing it now. Why? Hey, it starts going back to that wickedness of the earth. If everybody was doing right, starting with the nation of Israel, the Lord wouldn't have a reason to bring much calamity upon us, man. All right, but because you got idiots of our nation that want to still do whatever the hell they want to do, therefore the Lord got to He's not a man that he shall lie. He has to honor his word, man, and he has to judge this, man. All right, the Lord is not a man that he shall lie. We're speaking against this wickedness. Eventually, the Lord gonna have to do something about it. All right. Verse 5, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. And that's the spirit that the so-called Christians are in for sure, or the so-called Muslims. And I'm talking about the people of our nation that's caught up in those things, man. They think because they pray, or they know a couple of scriptures and they're in church Sunday or Saturday, or their synagogue, that they're holier than everybody else, that they're actually doing something set apart, righteous, and actually, they're a lot dirtier than just simple people who don't even try, to open the Bible, just live a simple life. That's probably your best bet instead of like jumping off in this arena, man. The Lord taught us that, preparing for temptation when you come into this thing, knowing what you're a part of, not falling out, because if you teaching the wrong doctrine, you fall out, it'll be worse for you. Look how many false prophets are out there leading our people astray. Yeah, we get on the ones that know that they're Israelites a lot, but you so-called Christians, man, it's a lot of women that's in these positions that they ought not be in, pastors, bishops, prophetess, or whatever they think that means, man. All right, they are gonna be dealt with. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, with that whole holier than thou spirit, man. These are a smoke in my nose, man, a fire that burneth all day, and it's not good. All right, behold, it is written before me, I will not keep my silence, but will recompense. That's that payback, man. Hey, everybody's gonna get their reward. Lord willing, we get a righteous reward and have our sins blotted out. All right, 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Hey, you guys are gonna get your reward, man. All right, make no mistake about it. It's gonna be that lake of fire for a lot of you, man. All right, but recompense into their bosom, man, your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together. So the Lord gonna get your family members and you, man. People forget about that. All right, saith the Lord. And that's why it's so important for us to serve y'all by Shema Shah, because the Lord can not only just put you in dire straits, but he can destroy legacies, man. He can destroy families, your history, and you be in a generation of just poverty and destruction. And you see that. Look at the people who are in the so-called hood. We all kind of came out the hood. If you peel back in time a little bit, we all came from like worse situations, man. But for the people who really in those like terrible situations, like a Compton in the 80s and 90s, or Chicago, whenever, these places that are predominantly, presented to us like very dangerous locations, man. Especially in the 80s and 90s, even New York, man. During the whole CRACK era, it was going down, man. And you wonder though why there are some families of our nation where it seems like the daughter's this way, the mother's one the same way, the grandmother, the great grandmother. You got generations of people who are on food stamps, government assistance, generation of whores, generation of gangbangers, generations of pimps, hustlers, etc. And that's all that our people talk about: clubbing, pimps, hustlers, sex, this, and the Lord probably gave you and yours over to that spirit, going back to a man, when Yahushua made his sacrifice, and it was a group of Israelites saying, let his blood be upon them and their families, man. All right, how do you know that you guys, King Von and all those dudes, man? I'm not to call that dude a king, all right, but you know what I'm saying? Look how he went out. I mean, look how those rappers from these areas like a Chicago in modern times now, like the last 5 years, how they come out and they go right to jail or right in the grave, man. All right, it's getting late in the day. We're not finna do another 10 years of thousands of Israelites getting on this camera and rapping about unaliving people. All right, this is the last rebellion of the Israelites, man. All right, and they're going to be dealt with. Thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, so let's go to the book of Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived, all right? Yahweh Bahashem Awashai is not mocked. And a 2/3 of the nation of Israel, the rest of these heathens, they're all mocking one way or another. You don't have to be pointing your finger at the sky towards the east to be mocking Yahweh Bahashem Awashai. You can do it by mocking his people. That's coming in the sincere spirit, coming in a humble spirit in that house of mourning, meekness, all right? Be not deceived. Yahweh Shemashah is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Look at Diddy. Look at what you sowed, brother. You thought you got away with that. And don't nobody too much care about his sexual immorality shit. We talking about that Biggie and Pac stuff. Now, we don't know, but if the Lord not a man that he shall lie, I believe, through the spirit of the Lord letting us know that this is the sign of the times. The Lord also say what paraphrasing, but everything done in darkness shall be brought to the light. So you think this is a conspiracy? You think it's just 50 Cent doing it? No, I think it's Yahweh Shemashah exposing this. Again, I did a epistle, going into this a couple of days ago or whatever, but not to praise Biggie and Pac, but they were very beloved amongst the nation of Israel as well as the rest of the world. But this is family business, man. As far as the Israelite go, and if you had something to do with unaliving those brothers, Diddy dancing in our face and all that shit, we need to know. All right, and if it looking like Diddy had something to do with unaliving both of those brothers, man, and if it be so, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shah for revealing these things, because the Lord said He was gonna do that. All right, so you see all these, people, documentaries here, podcasts going crazy. It's been so many people talking about Diddy. It'll make your head spin. Even before, he was arrested and put on trial. His bodyguard, I watch him a lot. I watch him like a lot. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like background noise at this point. But he been firing Diddy up, just telling the truth, and you could tell for the most part he's speaking the truth, man. All right. But all in relation to the Lord is not mocked, man. All this selling your soul or compromising yourself and receiving all this money while we supposed to be in captivity, you mocking the Lord. You thinking that you can duck and dodge the judgment and the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shah. No, nigga, we supposed to be in captivity. You sold out. You sold your soul, quote unquote, all right, for the bag, for an experience. And the Lord is going to show us that. Every last one of you. Just wait till you get on the women, man. That's what we really waiting on, because we see our men. Look at what happened to Tory Lanez, and look at this girl or ex-girl Megan. She living her best life with Klay Thompson, right? And this dude got stabbed all in the head, I believe, when he was locked up. He just did a video. He looked pretty good, man. You know what I mean? He looked pretty good to have endure that. But man, we know that woman is not a upright, upstanding sister. She ain't promoting righteousness, you know what I mean, through the spirit. So we could assume that she's a wicked bitch. Yeah, I'm talking about Megan Thee Stallion. Come on, man. All she did was promote whoredoms. Who the hell is she to be presented to us as like she's some type of righteous sister with a righteous husband? F Klay Thompson and F that bitch too. All right, we're so tired of seeing, these wicked Israelite prosper. It's actually driving us crazy. Wisdom driveth a wise man mad. We know that this shit ain't right, but that's kind of what I'm getting into. Really, whole point of this epistle is just really being patient and waiting on the Lord. Because again, if the Lord is not a man that He should lie, and we truly believe that He has to do something, this is above our pay grade. We're just the messengers. If we say, "Damn it, bitch, you can't be a whore," the Lord gonna judge you. He got to do something, or else we getting mocked. Everybody's getting mocked. We're getting mocked, and ultimately Yahweh Shema Shah is getting mocked. And that's kind of what's happening now through the spirit. People are like, oh yeah, again, you don't have to point your finger at us and shit like that. You could just disregard us, and that's considered a mocking, lackadaisical, I don't care, show me something attitude, man. All right, just like the 2/3, we say, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Hey, judgment's coming. The MOTB coming, World War III coming, and they kind of just go living their life as usual, man. All right, until it happens, then they'll know that a prophet had been among them. Then they'll try to seek the Lord, but it'll be too late then, man. All right, so we need to do these things now, so we won't end up in embarrassment like the 2/3 of the nation of Israel are now, and it's finna be pretty soon, man. All right. We can go to verse 8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption. So, this is a spiritual war. Our people care about carnality, and that word carnal goes into, pertaining to the flesh. But he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. And most people don't really see the benefits of really serving the Lord the way that we do it through the spirit. But they will, once they see the chairs, once they see the new bodies, once they see, our power, and they'll see it in Jacob's trouble, us being fed, miracles happening, a way to escape all these things that shall come upon the earth. They'll see it, but they don't see the benefits now. They don't think it's cool. They don't think it's lovely. They don't think it's beautiful. All right. But eventually they'll see, when those two-third Salakia, when those elect women are changed to their perfect state, man. All right. And the baddest bees, your Cardi B, your Megan Thee Stallions, Beyonce, they'll look like trash, man, compared to those daughters in their perfection, man. And through the spirit, you should be able, gathering discernment for yourself. You pray for that discernment so you can see the whoredom and nastiness. I think that's like, it's like a veil has been placed over us concerning the woman, and we couldn't see. Now, Lord, hopefully, like, we're starting to see. It ain't completely clear because they can still get us, you know what I mean? But if we're blessed and able to see just how dirty man is, and I mean like the creature that is man, all right, or the creation that is man, the fact that we have to poop, right, the fact that we wake up with our breath crazy from bacteria just being in there all night, like, and that's why the scriptures go into pride was not created for us, man. All right, so it's like, why be puffed up when we experience these things, man? Take the low, be patient, and wait on the Lord, and He'll lift you up. Everybody that's jumping the gun, the Lord is getting ready to expose that. We talk about even just not even scratching the surface, really, but the depths of Jacob's trouble. How you women are gonna have toiletries and these treats and the you know the fine linen, the clothing, the apparel, the jewelry, it pretty much whatever you're wearing on your body, Eve, that hides how you really look naturally. You're not gonna have any of that. If you stink from sweating or whatever, then that's just gonna be what it is in that day. If you got like blemishes all over your effing face, all right, whether it's a little bit or a lot, where it look like you slept in an ant bed, you're gonna see that. Those veneers are gonna come to naught, man. All that veneer I seen, man, damn, they shave your teeth. I know they did that with grills, but I didn't know they did that with veneers, man. Them folks shave your teeth down and shit. It's only a matter of time for that shit come to naught. Oh, you been smoking weed your whole life, and who you think? See, that's another thing, man. Our people just, if they worship money and they think that money can buy their way out of all these judgments that the Lord, place upon him. Look at Magic Johnson and his so-called AIDS. We don't know what he had, if he had it or not. But you see how that money can kind of have you puffed up. Oh, I can be wicked, be a whore, I could be a sodomite, and I can just get on Truvada for damn prep. Truvada for damn prep. Look at the depths of the wicked, and the spirit just taking me here and there, man. But you see what I'm saying? That's the wickedness of Jay. Oh, I can be a sodomite as long as I got Truvada for damn prep. Oh, I can smoke weed, get gum disease, yellow my teeth off from smoking Black and Miles and shit in Newport, all my life. When I get the back like a Glorilla, you know what I'm saying? And then get my teeth fixed with these perfect ass looking teeth. You're projecting the image of perfection and prosperity into your people, and we're not going for it. We know you wicked, and we're calling it out through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. We're just waiting on the Lord to move on you clowns, man. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, well, I'll bring it on anyway. Book of Romans, 2:11. For there's no respect of persons with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right, status, stature, how you look in relation to man. The Lord don't care about that. The Lord sees spirits, man. His ways are above our ways. I can't even really explain the way that the Lord see us, and compared to our perception. All right, but the whole point being is, if first and foremost, if you're an Israelite, the law, statutes, and commandments was given to you. We don't care if you got the bag. We don't care if you got a big old booty and you look great and you can get men to bow down to you. Eventually, the Lord is going to make these things right and judge you clowns, man. All right, but why? Because the Lord is not a respecter of persons. He sent his only begotten son. All right, and you guys are going to bow down and do what he said to do concerning Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. So there's no respect of persons. Other, the only person that the Lord had respect for, reverence for, truly is Yahweh Shah. All right, and through Yahweh Shah, the Lord has promised us that we can be joint heirs, and he will have that same care, concern, and blessings be bestowed upon us, and everybody will see it if we just follow the protocol. All right. And what is the protocol? Keeping these law, statutes, and commandments, man. Taking heed to the warning that you see. Praying, all right? And that's very important to pray that you are receiving the correct information, because there's a lot of confusion going on. A lot of false prophets out there. A lot of false teachers, man. And it will cost you your life. And it can cost you and your family, your quote-unquote legacy for all eternity. We're going to know that you was clowns. Did you not know about the everlasting shame? That's probably, believe it or not, some of the worst judgment that you could have, to be shamed in the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Shai. You think that it's a light thing now, oh yeah, I can do what I want, and I just okay. Once you see how that elect look and how they're able to operate versus you, all right, and that's you being born in the kingdom, man. All right, it ain't gonna be the same. So we want to make it this go around. I don't know if the Lord is these new bodies. Is the Lord gonna make us children again? Like, are we gonna still be so-called grown men? I don't know, but we definitely are desiring those new bodies, and we want to make it the first go round. And whatever the Lord has for us for that first go round, that's what we want. Right. But I mean, no mistake about it, man. It is going to be a blessing to be born in the kingdom as a child, and grow up in the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Al Shai. But again, the Lord has put a certain spirit upon us to desire something else. You know what I mean? We don't want to be born in the kingdom, reborn in the kingdom, man. We want to make it that first go around. We want to see our enemies, our exes, our whack ass cousins, for those whack ass cousins that we have, man. Grandma, them, you know what I mean? We want them to see us beating up, want to see them seeing us change, glorified, perfect, handsome, beautiful, you know what I mean, strong, all right, smell good, intelligent, all those things, and at its peak, man. And that's what we're truly fighting for, man. Jake, I mean, we know who, we know how we get in. We want to stunt. Who are we kidding? We want to stunt. We just want to do it the right way. We want to have our jewelry. We want to have our music. We want to dance, especially the ladies. That's all they want to effing do. Ain't that right, fellas? That's all they want to effing do is eat and dance. That's all it look like, brother. Like, and that, you can tell that it's meant for men to be with multiple women, because it's like they come in groups. They're always hugged on each other, feeling on each other, kissy, buddy, hugged up in their groups, always dancing in their groups, always dancing, man. That shit really, and the way that they dance, it ain't like they out there taking, like getting off, like it ain't out there getting off on them. They're really just doing some gyrating, some twerking, and some hip rolling and shit like that. But you see, that's a defensive posture, man. That's a submissive posture, man, twerking and stuff. So you see, they can't help but doing what they were meant to do. Yeah, you meant to dance all day and twerk and shake, but not for the whole world to see, Eve. See, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're just not doing it in righteousness. You can't like buck from your what the Lord created. Just like the woman on woman stuff. They gotta buy all these extra parts and stuff. It's not convenient now, is it? The Lord has already created a man and a woman perfectly, and they go together just fine, the key and the lock. But you can't tell 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They like a bunch of children. Matter of fact, they're just children unto us, man. And we can see that if we are those first fruits, which means Yahweh Shah created us first, Lord willing, they are children to us. We're older than them. We're older than them. All right. We're likened to the sons of the Ancient of Days. Do the math on the Ancient of Days. You can't do it. So ain't no telling, like, in relation to what we know as time when the Lord, begot Yahweh Shah, whatever that means, let that be, above my pay grade. Okay. And when did Yahweh Shah, create that 144,000? It had to be before your grandmama them. You brothers really think about that and ponder on that. You have no true grandmother, all right? If you was created by Yahweh Shah and you of that 144,000, that's just a physical manifestation of the process that the Lord had for us, man. All right, be born, unto these women, these wicked ass women. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Yeah, all right, like, but ain't nobody perfect, other than Yahweh Shai. So, and that go for anybody. All right, Mary. Oh, yeah, I said it. I'm gonna leave it at that. But that sister wasn't perfect. All right, you know what I mean? She wasn't without transgressions, just like none of us were, man. All right, only Yahweh Shai. So, I'm going here and there, but the whole point, man, being Hey, that the Lord is getting ready to do something about all this wickedness, and you're not finna escape the judgment. You had a good run, and I'm surprised, to be honest, that the Lord let y'all 2/3 get off as far and as intensely as He has allowed. If y'all really supposed to be in captivity and y'all really are Israelites, whew, I can't tell. We can't tell what captivity you in, Jacob, man, because y'all are prospering. You're rich, you're famous. All right, you're getting to the bag. You got these bodies, you got this teeth, you got this hair, whether it's fake, you know what I mean? You got these cars, you got these updated kitchens. Well, who can stop you? What captivity are you? Think about that, man. How could you truly like serve y'all by Shemal Shah, be in the house of mourning with all that substance, man? How can a woman, you can't even bro, you got to sit down and really think and be able to see these things. If you just got all just business, I'm going here, I'm flying here, I'm flying there, I got a meeting here, it's no way you could ever sit down. Basically, you'll never have time for the truth. You'll never have time for your Yahweh Shemal Shah and really pondering, studying these things and receiving it. You're always on go mode, always doing things that pertain to the world or your flesh. You know what I mean? And we're not dealing with that. And I'll leave it off at Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for. What is it? Salvation. Hey, what we just talked about, that stunting and righteousness. That's what Israel want. They want their own land, their own people, their own language, their own music, their own food. All right. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for. You 2/3 of the nation of Israel not even close. That Lord's hopeful elect, that 1/3, they're on that right path through the Spirit, man. But the election, that's that Lord's hopeful elect, man, have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So right now we have obtained that portion of that reward, all right, of that promise via waking up, via the truth, via Yahweh Shai, all right, and the works thereof. All right. We have received these things through the Spirit. 2/3 of the nation of Israel have not received it, and they are blinded, and they're gonna be blinded now, and they're gonna be blinded all the way until the missiles hit this place, man. All right, and you know the Lord's hopeful elect will be beamed up. They will look down in those chariots, and they will see this motherfucker burning and looking like a lake of fire. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Till next time, Shalom.